This is Radio Lewis, where the music matters, and we're back. This is the second late night edition, the special rock show. And just a warning to some listeners, this show contains songs with lyrics that some people may find offensive. Out of the way, let's get going. This one hasn't got any offensive lyrics if you're sensible. This is The Who and My Generation.
To down. Talking about my generation, just because we get around. Talking about my generation, things they do look awful. Talking about my generation, I hope I die before I get old. Talking about my generation, this is my generation, baby. Why don't you all fade away? Try to dig what we all say. I'm trying to cause a big sensation. I'm just talking about my generation. My generation, baby. What we all say. I'm trying to cause a big sensation. Just talking about my generation. My generation. This is my generation, baby. My generation. My generation. People try to put us to down. My generation, just because we could get around. My generation, things they do look awful cold. My generation, I hope I die before I get old.
This is the late edition of the Rock Show. I am Ben Fuller.
And I'm Neil Tidwell. And we're saying that now because he forgot.
I did not forget.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. He's being rude, folks. Mind you, this is the Late Show. I suppose he's entitled.
And we're allowed to be.
Now, that was The Who and My Generation, and that was banned all across America. Yeah. Because of Roger Daltrey stuttering the lyrics, and it was deemed to be offensive to people with speech impediment.
Right, okay. That is the most pathetic excuse for banning a record I've ever heard in my life.
The reason...
That's like banning Ewan Jury because he's got a limp wrist.
Yes. You see, the thing is, that was supposed to be banned originally when it was written. The stuttering was to make, especially the stodgy people at the BBC, think there was an F word coming or a W word coming, or and it didn't. It passed. But then the Americans banned it because they thought it might be offensive to people with speech impediments.
I'm not being funny, but the Americans think everything's offensive, including the English language. So, you know, why do they bother?
Well, they've got no claim to be offended by the English language because they have bastardised the English language and created a menace.
And made it offensive.
Because it's creeping into Britain now.
Yeah, you are.
People are actually starting to say "lol"
I know.
instead of,
And then instead of laughing, they
Yeah.
say lol.
and that's an Americanism.
And that is, excuse me, why? Why are you describing
Hang on a minute.
laughing
Hang on.
out
Hang
loud
on. Hang on.
without
Hang on.
laughing out loud?
Time out. We are ranting on the Late Show when we're supposed to be playing filthy songs. So let's get on
Yeah,
with the
this
next
one is
song.
quite filthy, actually.
This one is good and filthy.
This one's Disturbed and Down with the Sickness. Well, that was Down with the Sickness. And you found a very interesting version of that, didn't you?
No, I didn't actually. I watched the 2011 remake of Dawn of the Dead. And there's a scene when they're all starting to relax in the shopping mall.
Mm.
And if anyone's seen it, they'll know what I'm talking about. And that song is played through, but it's lounge jazz.
Mm.
And we found it online. It's a guy called Richard Cheese. It's very, very funny. I do urge people to look it up.
Yeah, we were in hysterics when we were listening to it, weren't we?
Yeah, the original song was recorded by Disturbed for the Queen of the Damned movie soundtrack.
It was.
It's quite obvious why that was banned. Not quite so obvious why this one was banned. We'll leave it to you to have a think about it, and then we'll tell you at the end. There you go. That was Dire Straits and Mark Knopfler with Money for Nothing. Guest vocals by Sting. And that was banned here partly because somebody was convinced some of the lyrics were about drugs. Haven't been able to find those. And because they also thought it was about cheating the dole system and working while you were claiming, or at least not paying taxes.
Yeah.
But in Canada...
They banned it for the word faggot.
Now, if anybody's a
It
fan...
only mentions the word faggot once in the whole...
Yeah, they didn't even give them a chance to do a rewrite. They just banned it.
And just banned it because apparently it's offensive in Canada.
If anybody's a fan of Kevin Bloody Wilson, you'll know there's another word you're not allowed to say in Canada either, but we're not mentioning it on this show.
No.
It's too offensive, but...
Let's just say his case comes up next Tuesday.
Absolutely. I have got to say, I love that song, Money for Nothing, and I really loved the video. I thought it was fantastic.
I think the whole album is actually fantastic.
It's about the only piece of good work they did, isn't it?
Really, really good album.
Because I have got that album. Unfortunately, I've only got it on tape. I couldn't get a copy of it on CD.
Oh, you should have said I've got all of their albums, every single one.
There
of
you
them.
go. We'll get one. But the thing is, I have got Dire Straits' greatest hits, and I was watching what's his name? Modern Life is Goodish. Dave Gorman.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the name of the band he was picking on, but it turned out that only 6 of the songs out of the 15 were actually hits.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing could be said for Dire Straits' greatest hits.
Well, they did have hits, but in not the mainstream chart. That's the thing. A lot of their hits were in the blues chart or in the rock chart, but never in the mainstream chart. That was the only one that was a hit in the mainstream chart, even though it was bad.
The trouble is, at the time, most people only heard the mainstream chart.
Yeah, that's because nobody listened to the alternative music shows.
Yeah.
And talking of something alternative, this comes from a group called MC5, which apparently this was banned. There's not a word of swearing on the whole album.
They didn't used to be. There is now.
No. Actually, in the track itself, there wasn't, was there?
I'm not sure.
I don't think there was any swearing in the music.
Not originally, but let's play it now and find out.
Let's just put it this way. The reason this was banned was because on the inside of the record jacket had the words, fuck you. And that's it. That's why it got banned.
All right, this is MC5, Kick Out the Jams.
Right now it's time to kick out the jams, motherfucker! Kick out the jam! Yes! Kick out the jam! I have to kick them out! Yes, I'm starting to sweat, you know my shirt's all wet, what I'm feeling. In the sound that I bounce and resounds off the ceiling. You gotta have it, baby, you can't do it without it. When you get the feeling, you got it. Sign them all, put that mic in my hand. And let me kick out the jam. Yes, kick out the jam. Kick out. So you got to give it up, you know you can't get enough this fucking shit. Don't it get in your brain? Drives you insane, make me frenzy. The wiggling guitars, the crash of the drum, make me wanna give a rock until morning comes. Let me be who I am, and let me kick out the jam. Yeah, kick out the jam.
Well, I've never heard anybody get so angry about fruit preserves.
Idiot.
MC5, Kick Out the Jams. That's from 1975. I think that sounds quite good. And apart from the little explosion of expletive at the beginning, there's nothing wrong with that song.
Mm.
And just because it had a questionable phrase on the inside of a record sleeve, the BBC banned it. And
to be quite honest, all they had to do a radio edit of it is cut that first 5 seconds off.
That first 5 seconds was not on the original recording.
I know, they've added it.
Yeah, they've added it out of belligerence because they got banned. They had to withdraw. It cost them a fortune. For a small band, it's ridiculous. They had to withdraw all sales of the original copy and have it reprinted, minus the offending phrase. Daft, isn't it?
Well, that's the BBC for you, isn't it? Daft.
Yeah. And we're back on American daftness now. This is The Doors and Light My Fire.
You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. The time to hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose. And our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire.
hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. Yeah. You know that it will be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on 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 fire.
The Doors, Light My Fire. There's some conflicting information on why this was banned. Neil's got the original information at hand about Ed Sullivan.
And this comes from Ed Sullivan's website. Apparently, 15 minutes before they were due to go on air, the producer came in and asked them to change the lyrics from Girl, We Couldn't Get Much Higher to Girl, We Couldn't Get Much Better when performing Light My Fire, because they thought that would promote drug taking, of all places.
And they refused and sung the original version, didn't they? Well, they said they would, and then they sung the original version.
They said they were going to do it, and when performing it, Jim Morrison just come out with much higher instead of much better. But there again, does better rhyme with fire?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
And at some point after they were banned from ever appearing on Ed Sullivan again, there was rumours that the American government were taking notice and they were afraid of a teen uprising and all sorts just because of one song. I mean, it is so paranoid and ridiculous.
Well, that's the Americans all over, isn't it? Paranoid and ridiculous.
And that was the original version of that song.
The full-length original version.
Yeah.
7 bloody minutes of it.
Stop moaning, this is a short one.
I know. It's the Kingsmen and Louie Louie.
Got
short and sweet, wasn't it?
Yeah, lovely. I like that track.
That was Kingsmen Louie Louie. And as I said, you can tell why it was banned because it makes me laugh every time.
Well, regular listeners to the Rock Show will remember that we played a fantastic cover of that song by Motorhead very recently. I can't remember the lead singer's name from the Kingsmen. Again, that was a 1965 track. But he just had new braces fitted on his teeth when they recorded that, and that's why you can't understand a word he says while singing that song. Even Louie Louie turned to Louie Louie. There were rumours started, because all the lyrics were mumbled, that it was a covert song about sex. So the BBC banned it. They didn't listen to it. They didn't even read the lyrics. They just banned it because some idiot started a rumour. Now, they banned the next track as well, and this one's really silly, but we'll play it first and we'll tell you afterwards. It's a fantastic track. This is Blondie and Atomic. Very possibly my favourite Blondie track of all time. That was Atomic. And Actually, I forgot this. Light My Fire was banned by the BBC at the same time. This was 1992, the Second Gulf War. Those two songs, along with hundreds of others.
You mean the first Gulf War, if you're talking about 1992?
Well, whatever. It was one of the Gulf Wars.
2002.
I'm not arguing with you. One of the Gulf Wars, the BBC banned them because they thought they'd be bad for morale.
Yeah.
And there is a list of at least 200 songs.
Also, I do know this for a fact, that the British Army actually banned people from playing Blondie's Atomic. And so did the American Army. Banned them from playing it in their own billets. They weren't allowed to even play it in their own billets.
That's paranoia, isn't it?
That's uber paranoia. Anyway.
My next choice is not actually... The song itself wasn't banned, although a lot of places wouldn't play it, I'll give you that. But the video was very definitely banned. This is Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. I don't care what anybody says about Motley Crue. I don't think anybody can hate that track. I think it's fantastic.
And I think that MTV in the 80s were fantastic because it didn't matter what was banned. You could still watch it on MTV if you had the equipment.
Oh, they played everything, didn't they? Right down to the nude Michael Jackson videos and Madonna with her kit off and all sorts.
And the original Duran Duran Rio video where all the girls laying on the boat are absolutely stark naked, not in bikinis, and swimming around in the sea.
I think
like
you've
that
scrutinised that video far too much.
No, I've just seen it. Not many people have.
I've seen it, but I don't know it in detail like that. I think you have scrutinised it far too much.
The opening scene is 3 women on the bow of a yacht, naked. How can you miss that? Are you blind?
I'm not saying I missed it. I'm just saying that you certainly didn't. Let's get on with the next song.
Exactly. You can't miss it. Anyway, this is one of my favourites of all time, and it's Sisters of Mercy, Driven Like the Snow. It's also obvious why it was banned.
Oh, charming. I'm sure everybody loved that one.
I'm glad they did. Anyway, that's his fault for cutting it short. I had to do something musical.
I only cut the non-existent slow fade because it was silent.
It does almost go silent, I must admit. And the other thing, of course, that you must have noticed the little swear phrase.
Well,
anyway, that's why it was banned.
We did warn the listeners that we'd had to parental sticker ourselves, and there was some explicit content. In other words, sweary bits.
We quite often tell people that, yes, we do.
Just told you again. And there's not much to say about that, is there? We've played plenty of Sisters of Mercy, except we've never been allowed to play that one before.
Which is nice. We were allowed to play it today.
Yes.
Isn't that good? What? Anyway, your turn.
No, it isn't. It's yours again.
Oh, it's mine again. Oh, yes, of course. You want me to introduce Stone Sour with Absolute Zero. Wasn't that good?
And I do apologise for the bleep right in the middle and the break in the music. That's my battery's going on my tablet, so just forgive me while I plug it in.
No.
Well, you haven't got any choice. You haven't got any control over the music. I'm sitting next to it. So there.
There. Let's delineate into school children, shall we? Anyway. Are you devolving by chance?
No, not at all. I was just waiting for you to give us any information about Absolute Zero.
Well, I would if I had any.
You haven't looked?
No, I haven't.
Well, it was pretty obvious near the end of that track why we put it in tonight and why it's not on the regular show.
Because it's got sweary bits in it.
It's a fantastic track, though.
Yeah, and that's why. Because it's got sweary bits.
Yeah.
And
well, so is this next one. This is a bit of a departure for the rock show. But it's an incredibly amusing song if you listen to it properly. And I can't think for the life of me why they wrote it like this in the first place, because it was bound to get banned. Anyway, this is The Beautiful South, and Don't Marry Her.
sun shines down on San Francisco Bay, and you realize you can't make it anyway. You have to wash the car, take the kiddies to the park. Don't marry her, fuck me.
I don't think I have to say anything more. The beautiful South, don't marry her.
Yeah, I'm going to say something because I find this ironic that they're from Hull and they're called the beautiful South.
Listen,
South of what?
Look, we might
South Yorkshire?
We might have listeners in Hull. Please don't insult anybody.
Even people from Hull say that Hull is best viewed via the rear view mirror. Come on.
All right, fair enough, but we don't want to single anybody out.
No, I'm not. I know plenty of people that actually
Except the
used
French.
to live in Hull, and they've moved down south because they think it's beautiful, and that's probably where they got their name from.
Well, I did amend my last statement to accept the French.
Yeah. In fact...
Cheese-eating surrender monkeys.
Can't say anything more than that.
No, we can't. Let's have another song.
Yeah, all right. Guns N' Roses, You're Crazy. There you go. That's obvious why that one was banned, wasn't it?
But that is an amazing track. I've wanted to play that since I first started doing a show, and
well, you've got your ambition. Same as me with Driven Like the Snow. I've wanted to play that every week for the last year and a half.
Yeah, we couldn't get a radio edit for that, could we?
No.
Well, I'm afraid that's it. Time's beating us once again. So we got.
I'm going to do George Thorogood then.
We've got one track left. He's interrupting me again. And this one, there's no reason to play this other than it's a cracking track and I like it. It was never banned. This is George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Bad to the Bone.
Wide wonder at the joy they found. The head nurse spoke up some more, baby, before I am through. I wanna be yours, pretty baby, yours and yours alone. I'm here to tell you, honey, that I'm bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad, bad to the bone. Woman beg, and I make a good woman steal. I make an old woman blush, and I make a young girl squeal. I wanna be yours, pretty baby, yours and yours alone. I'm here to tell you, honey, that I'm bad to the bone. Bad, bad, bad to the bone.
That was George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Bad to the Bone, 25th anniversary.
And I'm going to do something American. Bitchin' tune, man.
Bitchin' tune.
Anyway.
Yeah,
no,
you sounded a little bit like, what's his name? Mick Jagger then. Bitchin' tune, man. Anyway, that really is the end. You've been listening to Radio Lewis, where the music matters. This has been the special late edition of The Rock Show. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, I've been Ben Fuller.
I've been Neil Tyswell. See you
Bye-bye.
next time.